I think we've overdone it with the mashed potato. That looks absolutely sensational. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing liver, bacon, onions. And that's a British classic actually, but we're not doing it the British classic way. Normally you would make liver and onions, or liver, bacon and onions with a gravy. We're making it with a whiskey cream sauce. Now it is a gravy really, but it's a whiskey cream sauce gravy. And it really enhances this dish when I serve it over mashed potatoes and whatever veg I can find. So don't forget, if you like this recipe, come on, give it the big thumbs up. You know, we need it on the channel, the big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications every time we upload. Let's crack on and do it, come on. Okay, the first job for this then, we want to cut up some bacon and chuck in a pan. Just to get it out of the way, and then we'll cut up some onions. Now this is homemade bacon, so we're going to come through there. We want a decent amount of bacon actually. Yeah, that'll do. And then we're just going to cut this into big lardons. Now you can actually buy lardons in the supermarket, or you can just use regular bacon. You know, it doesn't have to be anything flash. And then we are just going to come down there and have some bacon cubes, our lardons. You know, if you're making a dish like this, you want to see the actual ingredients in the pan and on the plate if you can. Now obviously it doesn't always work like this. If you can't get the ingredients, you have to make it as best you can. Right, so we are just going to chuck that in that pan. Pan's not on yet, look. We're just going to get rid of that because that's one of our jobs done. Now we want a little bit of fine diced onion for our cream sauce. We're just going to come in there like that. And nice and steady. So that's our onion for our cream sauce, and there's probably quite a lot there. You know, you only want about half an onion, but you know, it was half an onion, but it was large. Ah well, not to worry, we're going to use it. Right. So we want some slices. Just slice it any which way you want. It's irrelevant. It's all gonna cook. Okay, so nice and steady. Just do your onions. Done. Now what I have done, I've already peeled and cubed up some potatoes. I'm going to stick them on eventually, and we'll make some mashed potato. As far as the liver goes, I had a piece of liver. I've washed it, I've pat it dry with kitchen towel, and I've sliced it. Just so we got some nice slices to go on our dish at the end. Quicker for cooking as well, it'll only be about 3 minutes aside. But there you go, there's our liver. We'll salt and pepper, flour that in a little minute. We'll just crack on with this bacon. Now we are making a sauce. Everything's going to be saucy with this, so I am actually cooking with butter. You don't have to cook with butter. It's quite a chunk, that, look. You don't have to cook with butter. You can cook with oil. You want a flame on? And we're going to start to cook that bacon all the way around. Give us a little bit of colour on there. Then we're going to take it out. I'm just going to salt up my potatoes before putting them on for boiling. So nice and steady then. Let's have some colour on that bacon with that butter in there. And you know, for a dish like this, if you can't get bacon, you're not making your own bacon, you can use anything. You can use cubed up ham, you can use spam. It doesn't matter. Okay, we've had a couple of minutes on there. Look, that's good enough. Now we want to be taking this out of here, leave the butter, bacon fat. And we're going in there with our onions. And start to cook those in there, nice and golden. If you have a little bit of colour on, it doesn't matter. Try not to burn them. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. Now caramelizing onions takes about 15 minutes. It's one of those little jobs that you can't rush because there's so much fluid water content inside the onion. It takes a long time for it to come out. Okay, and when you've been going about a good 5 or 6 minutes and it's starting to tinge up a little bit, in there with our garlic. Okay, for this next bit, which is completely optional, I want to take some of those onions out of there. They're going in here. So I've got just a few in there, look, and I'm stick them in the oven. That's about 200 degrees, and we're just going to do it for as long as it takes to brown them up. So we just keep checking. Okay, that will do for a little minute. We're going to take those out of there and we're just going to prep our liver. That just comes out onto our tray there with our bacon. Our liver, season the liver, a little bit of salt. Looks a lot, it's not. A little bit of pepper. Looks a lot, it's not. Season your meat. Season up that liver. Obviously, salt and pepper to taste. Flour. Now you can use any type of flour, you know, and when I mean any type, I mean you could use rice flour, all-purpose plain flour. You get the idea. Tempura flour. We're putting a little batter, a little bit of frying, not a batter, but a little bit of frying on our liver. Make it a little bit crispy. Fantastic. Butter. You can use oil if you so wish. That is up to you. Liver in. Okay, onions taking about 8 minutes at 200 degrees to how I want them. Only a couple of minutes each side. That is perfectly normal. That is just cooking nice and steady. Cooking the juices out, it's the same as cooking a steak or anything like that. Turn it over, nice little bit of colour on there, look. Okay, a good indication that this is cooked. You've got a tiny amount of juice coming out of there, look. That's all it is. Tiny, tiny amounts. We've had 2 or 3 minutes on each side. We've got some lovely colour. We've still got a little bit of that juice coming through there, look. That's job done. We need to take that out, put to one side. And what we're going to do is give the pan a wipe out completely. We don't want any of that debris in there for our cream sauce. Nice and straightforward. We want to go in there with about a tablespoon of butter. Now we're making a sauce, we're using butter. I will leave the choice to you if you want to make a sauce with oil. Okay, in there with our onion. Now if you had shallot, you know, and you wanted to be posh, you could use shallot. We got onion. And we're just going to give that a little cooking off in there. Cook it down, translucent or soft. Lose the rawness of the onion. In there with our garlic. Garlic optional, obviously. If you don't like it, don't want to use it, don't put it in. 2 minutes, cook out the rawness of the garlic. We want to be adding some whiskey to this. About half a cup. Gently add it, we don't want no flaming pan. So we're just going to give that about 2 minutes. 2 minutes and oh, that lovely smell. 2 minutes and that alcohol will cook off in there. Okay, and we're just going to go in there with our beef stock. Just a nice little stir through, incorporate that in there. Okay, for this one, about a teaspoon of Worcester sauce, and we want a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. With this one, you could also do a teaspoon of whole grain mustard. So you can have 2 in there, but I don't want it in for this. I have whole grain on the shelf over there, but I'm not using it for this. So we need to just cook that in there a little minute. Dijon mustard is a little bit sour, Worcester sauce is a little bit sour. But cook it in here just now with the gravy, the onions and our whiskey. It will be just fine. And then we want to be going in there with some cream. About a good cup of cream. Now we are just going to cook this a little minute in here. Thicken it slightly. Get it all incorporated, and then we're going to introduce everything back into this pan. Now I can feel that thickening slightly. That is enough for me to add my liver, onions and everything back in there. So we're going to add that liver and onions in there. Nice, stir it through, stir it in, let it cook in there in that sauce. Now we're only giving it about 2 or 3 minutes. We're just warming everything back up in that creamy whiskey sauce. Just look at that. Flame off, let's serve it up. That is wonderful. So we're just going to take a little bit of our onion bacon mixture and lay it on top of there. Now you won't mess around like this at home, obviously. A little bit of our liver on there. Gosh, it's hot. Okay, look at that. That is a huge plateful. I think we've overdone it with the mashed potato. That looks absolutely sensational. Oh, let's give it a taste test. Oh, okay, I'm not sure how we tackle this, to be honest. I think we've done a little bit too much mashed potato, but not to worry. So we're going to have a taste of that whiskey sauce. Oh, come on. That is incredible. Buttery, creamy, a little bit of sourness there, a little bit of peppery. Oh, it's fantastic. We've got our fried onions. Oh, I love fried onions. Finished off in the oven. Absolutely sensational. And then we've got our liver. Let's get in here. Oh, it's cooked. It's probably cooked a little bit too long actually. It's not quite pink, there's only a little bit of pink in there. Oh, that is fantastic. That whiskey sauce is exceptional. It goes fantastic with this. Oh, miss out the gravy, make this superb. It is superb. Now, for one of those dishes where people are not giving it a try anymore, you know, everybody turns their face up or turns their nose up at liver, and liver is so good for you, you know, reasonably cheap, good for you, easy meal to knock together. Oh, unbelievable comfort food. It's just a step up from liver and onions and gravy. So liver and onions and bacon and gravy. It is superb. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, give it the old thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you find out when we send up another video. Oh, I'm just going to get stuck in and enjoy myself. Catch you in the next video.